Hello everyone, and good afternoon from Prague. My name is Radek Čajka, and I am the Academic Director of IBB, Bachelor of International Business. We are here today to present to you, shortly and briefly, the program Bachelor of International Business, and mainly also to answer all of your questions you might have when you apply for IBB. IBB is a program which is offered at the Prague University of Business and Economics, and it's a program which has been here for almost 10 years. I'd like to, first of all, make you familiar with the agenda of today's session, which is the following. I'd like to introduce, as I said briefly, within 15 minutes, the program. Then I'd like to ask one of our students, Robin Curtis, to share with us his opinion on IBB and why he decided to choose IBB for his bachelor studies. And then we're going to spend as much time as needed for your questions and our answers. So that's the plan for today. If you have any questions during my presentation, you can put the questions into the chat box, and my colleague is going to answer the questions immediately. And of course, then we are going to handle the questions in the Q&A section. So I'd like to start by presenting the people that are responsible for the IBB program. I have already introduced myself, Radek Čajka, the academic director, and there is also, and she's with us, the coordinator of the program, Teresia Barešová, with whom you'll be in contact when applying for IBB. So all of your questions related to the application process and all related issues will be handled by my colleague, by Teresia. So let me start my presentation saying a few words about the university, about the faculty, and mainly about the program. The VŠE, which is the Prague University of Economics and Business, is the only specialized university in terms of economics and business in the whole Czech Republic. It has been ranked by quite famous institutions as one of the best schools in terms of business in the region of Central and Eastern Europe. When we look only at the region of Eastern Europe, we are the best one, the best school, the best university in the field of business and economics in the region of Eastern Europe. Currently, there are some 15,000 students, and these 15,000 students, all of them, they study programs in economics, business, and management. There are 6 faculties within the Prague University of Economics and Business, and one of them is the Faculty of International Relations, who is the faculty that offers the program, the Bachelor of International Business. Currently, and I'll get back to this once more in my presentation, we have, as a university, we have more than 220 partner schools worldwide, which means that when you decide to study abroad, and you spend 1 semester abroad, which is highly recommended, then you can choose from the list of more than 200 universities that are partner universities of our university, and mainly all of them are high-ranked, high-positioned universities in all of the continents, with the exception of Africa. We don't have partners in Africa yet. How about IBB? IBB it's a bachelor program, which is a 3-year lasting program, and once you graduate from the program from IBB, you'll get the bachelor degree. So it's the bachelor degree, and it's internationally recognized. So you won't have problem to prove that you are a graduate of a university program. As I said, it's organized at the Faculty of International Relations, and the main motto, but I'll get back to this more in detail in a few minutes, is that our effort is to prepare people for international business, not just for business, but for international business. The term international it's like a crucial term for us. So the program is offered at the Faculty of International Relations, and it's a Bachelor of International Business. So we're trying to have all aspects of the university life or faculty life, all aspects of the program as international as possible, as I will explain in a few moments. So why should you decide to study IBB? Because of course, I know that you're also looking for maybe for other faculties, you're looking for other schools and universities, what they offer. So what are the key arguments to join IBB? So mainly, as I said already, it's really international business curriculum. Our effort is to create an international environment. So you'll be studying with international students, and the scope of most of the courses is really international. So it prepares you for a success in international environment. Secondly, we offer high quality courses. So all of our courses, they have to go through a very tough accreditation process before we offer them to our students, and all of them are based on a strong basis in terms of theory and practice, and they offer our students a good combination, a good match of knowledge and skills in terms of the international environment. I'll tell you the courses and the example of courses in a few moments. As I said, what's crucial for us, it's really the term international. So what is international? Basically everything is international. As I said, the student body is international. We have more than 40 nationalities in IBB, so you'll be meeting students from many different countries of the world. Secondly, also the professors. So the faculty itself is international. So you'll be taught not only by Czech nationals, so local people, but you'll also be taught by professors from Russia, from Germany, from India, from Slovakia. So it's really international. One more point in terms of international and teaching, what is our specialty is that we offer our students the benefit of something what we call courses by visiting professors, or courses taught by visiting professors. So these are special courses that are taught intensively. So it's not throughout the whole semester, but we partner with foreign professors, and they come typically for 2 or 3 days, and intensively they deliver a course. And these are professors really from all around the globe. So we have professors from the US, we have professors from Canada, from China, we have professors from France, from Austria, from Germany, or from Portugal. So you'll be able to benefit from these courses offered by true specialists, but not coming from the local environment, but coming from a different environment around the globe. What else is a big benefit of IBB, and I'll tell you more details in a few moments, that is the double degree option. So our students, of course, not all of them, but the best ones, they can benefit from what we call double degree study or double degree program. It means that the best students are able to spend not just one semester at our partner institution, but they are able to spend their 1 year, the last third year of their study, they can spend on one of our partner institutions. And after the 3 years period, they don't get only one degree, but they get 2 degrees. 1 degree from IBB and another degree from the partner institution. So after 3 years, you end up with not only 1 degree, but you end with 2 degrees. And last but not least, our emphasis is on language skills, because we understand that language knowledge and language command is very crucial in today's field. Of course, you'll be studying in English, which is today relatively normal in terms of programs offered specifically in Europe, but you'll be also studying and taking courses of other languages. So you can take courses of Czech language. You can take courses of some other languages like German, French, Spanish, Russian, or even Portuguese. So this is something what we offer to our students, and we truly believe that that's something what will make them successful in their future careers. So that is really something what distinguishes our graduates from graduates of our other programs, that they have an excellent command of English, of course, because they did study in English, but also they have a very good command of some other language, which opens you in other doors in terms of your career. Good. How about our graduates? So what is characteristics for IBB graduates? Well, typically, what we tell our students is that you'll be very, very flexible and adaptable in today's world, which is changing constantly. So you'll know how to do business in different countries. So you won't have problems to move from one country to another country and do business in the other country, because you will understand how to do business internationally. And you'll also understand, for example, the differences in cultures. So how to deal with different cultures and how to do business in these cultures. So flexibility and adaptability, that's something what I would like to stress very much. As I already said, we insist on high language competencies of our graduates. So you'll have a good command of not only English, but some other language as well. Of course, you will have the important business skills and knowledge. So how to do the business, how to run your business, how to do projects, international projects, how to undertake an investment. So how to run a company in international environment. So that's something what you will perfectly understand. So what are the positions in which our graduates find their first employment? Well, typically these are management positions at mid-level management in international or multinational corporations. Multinational because you know how to do business in international environment. Or if you decide to go for further studies, you will be very, very well prepared for a master's program. How to apply for IBB? Well, application is online, so it's very easy, and it's based on of course you have to apply. So formally send an application through the electronic system of the university. Plus, you will send additional documents to Teresia, and that includes you'll have the opportunity to choose from different topics on which you will write an essay. So there is essay on a given topic, plus there is motivation or cover letter, and lastly, we are going to check your command of English, because we don't insist on receiving any certificate of your knowledge of English. But we are going to talk to you, probably not personally, but we're going to talk to you via Skype or phone, of course, in days and times when we will agree to have these interviews. Good. Maybe very, very briefly, certain technical information about how the study at a university looks like. So what is the schedule of academic year? There are 2 semesters. The winter semester, which typically starts in the middle of September and ends before Christmas. And there is summer semester, which starts typically in the middle of February and ends with examination period, let's say by the end of June. So each semester has 13 weeks of classes. When you go to classrooms, you study, you go to lectures and seminars, and then after this period ends, there are 6 weeks of examination period. So you have 6 weeks to take the exams from the courses that you are taking in the given semester. So you have enough time to pass the courses. Not only IBB, but also other programs of the Prague University of Economics and Business, and generally in Europe, we use the so-called credit system. which of course I'm not going to tell you and explain you in detail, because this is something what I typically do to new students in September before the semester starts. The first semester starts, I'll tell you more about this, but just to tell you very basic information. So for each study obligation, like a course or an exam, you get, or for the bachelor thesis, you get a given amount of credits. So it's like collecting credits, and once you collect 180 credits in the given structure, then it's done. You are entitled for graduation, and you will become an IBB graduate. And the point is, we use the European credits, so our credits are internationally recognizable. It has a big benefit if you go and you spend a semester abroad at our partner institution and you study courses there, then we will recognize all of them into your study plan. So it's like you took the courses in IBB. So spending a semester abroad is definitely recommended, and I will basically talk about it right now. So that's something, because we are a faculty of international relations and international business program. It's not study obligation. So if you don't want to spend a semester abroad, you don't have to. But we very much encourage all our students to really spend one semester at our partner institution. I understand that for many of you, just studying IBB in Prague will be already international experience. You'll be spending a couple of semesters, let's say 3 years outside of your home country. So you might say, why should I spend a semester in another country? But the point is, if it's not this case for you, like you're not a Czech citizen, you take it like you'll be facing a new environment. You'll be facing a new environment in terms of classmates, new teaching styles, new incentives. So it's definitely very much recommended. I already mentioned the university possesses a list of more than 200 partner universities from which you can choose. So there is a wide variety of universities where you can study, where you can take the one semester outside of IBB. Could be in Japan, could be Australia, could be China, India, could be Russia, could be Germany, UK, Spain, Colombia, Canada, US, you name the country. Also, what you will get as a support is, of course, institutional support in terms of all the documents, and also financial support. So the university will support you also financially, not only organizationally, but also financially. So we definitely do recommend this. I already mentioned the double degree option, the double degree program. It's really something unique, because after 3 years, you can get 2 degrees, one from IBB and the other one either from our German partner school, which is OTH Regensburg, or from our partner school in Finland, which is University of Vaasa. Both universities are very good schools. The Finnish one is more into let's say research and more, let's say, academic oriented. The school in Germany is more, let's say, practical oriented, but both are excellent, and we have very good experience with this. And as I said, it's designed for third year students, and they spend the whole third year at our partner institution. If you have any questions, I can tell you more about the double degree in the questions and answers. All right, I promised to tell you something about courses. Of course, these 8 courses are not, or 9 courses are not the only courses you will take in 3 years. It would be I would say too easy to graduate from IBB, but this is just a selected list of courses that should attract you to IBB. As you see, most of them are really oriented on international business. So you have international economics, you have doing business in globalized environment, you have international business operations, you have intercultural negotiations, and then the courses that will give you the basic information, the background for the, let's say, more comprehensive courses. So you will have courses on microeconomics, macroeconomics, corporate finance, world economy, management, marketing and business policy. You'll have also retail marketing, retail management. So courses which I think are really interesting and will give you a good match of skills and knowledge for your future career. Good. Just very briefly on the tuition fee. The tuition fee is set at 3,800 euros per academic year. So it's the same tuition fee as all other programs at Prague University of Economics and Business. So it's set centrally. And maybe someone would ask, but yes, it's possible to pay by semester. So you can split the tuition fee into two, let's say, installments and pay by semester. More details about tuition fee can be found on the IBB website. So this presentation will be then distributed to all registered students. So you will get the presentation with the link. So then you can also get the details about how to pay and so on, when to pay, and this kind of information. Good. What is the application deadline? The application deadline is, you still have, I would say, relatively high amount of time, because the application deadline is the last day of April. So it's April 30th, noon Prague time. So do not forget about that. It's also written on the IBB website. It's not like the midnight, but it's noon on April 30th. When you will get the decision whether you're enrolled or not in IBB, we'll do our best to give you the decision as soon as possible. So it says at the end of May, but we promise it will be a bit earlier than this. So definitely in May you will know how you performed in terms of the entrance exams to IBB. So relatively soon after the application deadline, you'll know the result. All right. So I was trying to take the presentation as quick as possible, as brief as possible. I believe that there will be many questions from your side, and before you will have questions and you will provide questions, we already have also some questions from one of the forums that you used to register for this online open day. I'd like to give the word to our student, to Robin Curtis, and he's going to tell you his perspective on IBB and why you should decide to study IBB. And then we would get back to your questions. So Robin, the floor is yours, and thank you very much.
Yes, hello everybody. I would like to welcome you to the IBB Open Day. I've been asked to give my opinion on the IBB program, and since I am a third-year student currently in my 6th semester, I do think I have enough experience to tell you all why you should join the IBB program. So I would like to talk about why I joined the IBB program, about the courses offered, about what you can do after the IBB program, and to who I would recommend the IBB program. So personally, I came from an international environment, and I was always interested in business, the economy as a whole, into marketing as well, and into management. And I was looking for a business bachelor course where I could really put myself inside an international environment, and IBB did a great job of this. So inside of the classes I had, I think we had 15 different nationalities, and within group projects or even after school, I was able to really make friends with all these different nationalities and put myself inside of an international environment. The courses offered at IBB, well, there we have mandatory courses which really give you a background into the economy, into the international trade. You saw all the courses that Mr. Radek Czech showed you before. But apart from the mandatory courses, there's a lot of elective courses. And these elective courses are really, I think I could even say, the magic of the IBB program. Since there are so many different IBB courses offered, every student can choose in which direction they would like to put themselves in. So I personally liked management a lot and marketing, so I took a lot of marketing and management courses. And each individual student can choose what they want to do. Also, we have a really amazing thing called intensive courses. Now, the intensive courses are really interesting because the IBB program, they fly teachers from around the world to give intensive 3-day seminars from the morning till evening. And in these seminars, the teachers do a great job of submerging their students into the classes and really teach them a lot. And these are really great because you can really learn about exactly what you want and go into the direction you want. I have also taken part in language courses. So as Mr. Radek said, the IB program does give quite a lot to languages. So I started studying Spanish, and I started with an A1 level, and I am now at B2. So I can talk Spanish quite well, and I did start watching TV shows and even films in Spanish. And finally, I've talked about the mandatory courses, language courses, and also about the elective courses and intensive courses. I'd also like to talk about the sports classes because I do find these to be quite good as well. I have taken part in the rock climbing courses, and this was really amazing because not only did I learn how to rock climb, but the sports classes are from each student can take part in them. So not only the international students, but also the local Czech students. So during these rock climbing courses, I made a lot of Czech friends, and even now in the summers we go rock climbing, and it's a great way how to really socialize and how to make friends at the IBB program. And now, what can you do after the IBB program? So after graduating from the IBB program, for example, my roommate who also studies IBB, well, he's entering into a job position. So he's going to be working for one of the top 4 accounting firms. And for myself, I decided I want to continue my studies and into a master's program. And I am really happy to say that I've been accepted for the prestigious Masters in International Management SEMS program. And I'm really happy that the IBB program really gave me all the knowledge and sufficiently taught me how to work with all the data given to me that I've been accepted for such a prestigious master's program. So whether you decide to end your studies after your bachelor's or continue your studies for your master's, you have a lot of options, whether that be working in high-end companies or also continuing your master's studies into something a bit more advanced. And finally, I would say, who would I recommend the IB program to? Well, I would recommend the IB program to anyone who seeks to put themselves inside of an international environment, or to those who want to work in high-end companies or to become an entrepreneur. One thing I would also like to add is that during your IB studies, you can also have a part-time job. While it's a bit harder to combine the IB studies and a part-time job, it's definitely possible. But during the examination periods, I did have to slow down on my job just so I would be able to get good grades, because I find that to be very important. So I think I have said everything that I would like to say. Of course, I will be here for the Q&A session, so feel free to leave me any questions and I'll be happy to answer them. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll be here for the Q&A.
All right, so thank you very much, Robin. I really do appreciate your time and effort and your words that you said about IBB. And so we can get to the Q&A session, which already started. So there are already a few questions in the chat, which also my colleague Teresa is answering. So there was a question about how many students we're going to accept, which was already answered. We plan to accept 75 students. In terms of getting double degree in other partner universities, besides those you've already mentioned, unfortunately, that is not possible. So you can spend a semester on one of our partner institutions, but the double degree, this is a specific agreement and separate from the traditional exchange. So we're working on having more universities in our double degree program, but at the moment we have 2 universities, one in Germany and one in Finland, as I mentioned. So it's at the moment I think it's great we have 2 universities, because most of the programs, they don't have the double degree option, but we'll see whether in a year or something we can have one more institution. I'm currently, I can tell you, I'm currently discussing a double degree program with a university from Paris, from France. So we'll see whether or how this will go and how long this will take, the discussion. So we might have 3 and not 2, but at the moment it's 2 universities. Would you say, so that was a question by Daria, question by Lara. Would you say that the program is oriented rather towards practical or theoretical knowledge? I would say it's a good combination. It's a solid combination of practical skills and theoretical knowledge, because you need to have, specifically for bachelor program, you need to have a solid foundation in terms of understanding of the basic terms and theories. So the theoretical framework must be there, but then the advanced courses are very often oriented towards more practical skills. So how to succeed in international environment. So that will be the question by Lara. So it's is the interview about the essay we have to hand in, or just to check our English level? Well, it is basically it's a good question, and it's a combination. So the purpose is to verify, to check your command of English, but we might ask, not to talk about some random issues, to have something to talk about. We might ask about something which you wrote in the in your essay. So this could be an option. Doesn't have to be, but it could be an option. Question by Iñaki. Are the classes at the moment face-to-face or online? So at the moment we have the classes online. So the whole semester runs online and it will end online. I think we have succeeded very well in offering online courses, and the quality of online courses is basically almost the same as if you were in the classroom. We'll see what will be the situation in for the upcoming semester in September, in October, November. So that's something no one can tell you at the moment what the situation will look like, but we are ready for basically for both options. So we have already more than 2 semesters experience with online teaching. So I think we have mastered this already. Does the school offer any internships? Well, you can have an internship. It's not internships are not mandatory in the program. You can when it on bachelor level, what we do prefer is the semester abroad, studying semester abroad rather than internships. From our perspective, it's better to have internships on master level. But if you have a company, if you want to spend let's say a couple of months working for a company, we're quite flexible and it's arrangeable. So we can arrange that. So it would be doable, but it requires individual consultations. And in terms of whether we do offer the internships, since it's not mandatory in IBB, we don't have a list of partner institutions or partner companies. But from time to time we offer or disclose a list of potential companies that are looking for interns. About there are too many. Process notification, or especially how can I get through if I'm not in the Czech Republic. Maybe, yes, I'll ask my colleague, Teresia.
Hello, everybody. I think I deal with this question. Well, basically, you don't need to be in the Czech Republic. You just send the required documents. Well, firstly, you upload them in the INSYS. I'll check them if they are like okay, and then you will send the hard copies to our legal department. You don't need to be here at all.
So that is basically good news, and we can
It's
basically
free of
do.
charge. Also, I should say it's free of charge, and well, we'll help you to sort it out.
Exactly. So we are ready to do basically everything online. Arrange the application and also notification process. Good. There is a question coming from Rami that Robin mentioned. He had a part-time job, and to manage his time, how much studying should we do? Well, basically, the first comment I have, this is a full-time program. So your first task on the list should be to study, and then everything else. It could be friends, family, also job. If you want to have a part-time job, I think it's doable. Part-time job is doable, but then as Robin mentioned, it could get a bit complicated, or there could be a bit more time pressure in terms of the exams. So for examination period, it's recommended to study as much as possible to make sure that you pass the courses and you don't fail the courses and you don't have to take the courses or take them again.
Also, if you arrange a legal stay in the Czech Republic as a student, there is no limitation on working in the Czech Republic. It's open, but we definitely don't recommend it in the first semester until you get to know the system and get used to it.
Yes, that is what Teresa is saying. That is a good comment. So do not plan to work for the first semester, because you get to know the system, the classes, how everything works. It would not be the best decision, I would say. Laura, she's probably she has a certain knowledge about the campus. She's asking whether the majority of classes is held in the new building. Well, we use all of the buildings. So there's we have 3 buildings basically as a campus. There is the old building, but it's I mean the classrooms have been renovated, refurbished, so they look very modern. Then we have the new building, which is mostly offices for professors. And there is the newest one, which is the Paradise building. So you will have classes in all of them, in the old building, in the new building, and also in the Paradise building. But all of the classrooms are, I would say, very up to date in terms of furniture, in terms of the layout, in terms of the connection and everything. Daria, how many hours a day do we study? Well, maybe I'll ask Teresia for this. Can I ask you, Teresia? She's probably not listening at the moment. So, okay. She has some technical issues. The schedule, and that's something we could have mentioned, or I could have mentioned. The schedule for the first for the first semester is given. So you get a fixed schedule of classes for the first semester, but then starting the second semester, then you are putting your schedule together by yourself. So you're combining classes and days and times. So it's your responsibility to put the courses together and to basically create your schedule. But I think it's like 2-3 courses a day. Is it? Teresa? Okay. No, she's having some technical issues. But I think it would be if it's from Monday to Thursday, it would be two or three courses for a day. It's definitely not the situation that you would spend the whole day, all of the days by studying in classrooms. So you have, because as I said, we use the credit system, and you have to collect 180 credits in 6 semesters. So that gives you 30 credits on average per semester, which means that if we have typically courses that are 3 to 6 credits, there's some for 9 credits, but that's an exception. So if you have courses for 6 credits, then it's 5 courses per semester. Maybe I'll ask Robin to provide his opinion on that question.
Yes, so I would like to say that during the first semester, VSE does provide the courses for you. And as I remember, it is about 2-3 courses a day. Maybe it might be 4 courses on one day, but that's really quite an exception. You can also choose your language course, of course, during the first semester. And afterwards, you can choose your own courses. The IBB does give you a recommended list of courses you should go through, such as the mandatory courses and how many elective courses you should choose, and give you a kind of a study plan for each semester. As Mr. Chalka said, it is based on your credits. So if you want to one semester, the recommended credits every semester is 30 credits. If you want to, some semesters you can take more classes and then just take more credits. And personally, I have done that. So my first semester, I couldn't choose. I was given my plan. But during my 3rd, 4th, and 5th semester, I always took 33 credits or around that number, so that now during my last semester, I have more time to write my bachelor thesis. But on average, it is, to start with, it's about 2 to 3 courses a day, 4 days a week, somewhere in the rough range of that. It also really depends on which elective courses you choose. And yeah, I think that would answer the question.
Thank you, Robin. We have some other questions. What should be included into motivation letter, and do you plan on providing on-campus classes when we arrive? Well, on-campus classes, that will be dependent on the current situation. If it's allowed by the situation, if it's allowed by the Ministry of Health, then we would definitely offer all classes on campus. And in terms of the motivation letter, the motivation letter, it's about your motivation. So why are you thinking about studying IBB? That's basically what should be in the motivation letter. What motivates you to apply for IBB? It could be very short, like a half page or one page. I would say that's like the limit, and that would be the recommendation. Veliko asks about whether it's more important the correctness of the opinion or level of English. Well, we don't check the correctness of the opinion because it's opinion, so there isn't any judge saying whether it's correct or not. So it's you provide your opinion, and that's important. You provide that you a bit understand the topic that you choose. And also we check the correctness of English, but it's not like we would correct the mistakes and count the mistakes. We just need to say that you are able to study in English, so that you are able to think in English and put down your opinion in English. But it's not about counting the errors. Of course, if there are super many errors, it's going to limit the points you get from the essay. Good question. Also, is there a major culture shock for international students in Czech Republic? Well, I don't think so. I mean, we are a regular European country, I would say more west rather than east. So the culture is relatively, I would say, European. So no specifics. So I don't see any reasons why you should suffer from certain cultural shock. Of course, if you come from areas like from destinations that are quite far from Europe, or if you are from Africa, or if you are from let's say Asian countries, there might be certain cultural shock, but not because of the Czech environment, but because of the European one. Because I think this is more what will be of interest. If you are coming from European countries, or let's say Central and Eastern European countries, then I don't see any reason for a cultural shock. Angela Kurt, there is a specific question. I think it will be the best if you ask Teresia, or if you send her an email asking about your situation. If you are a citizen of the Czech Republic based in another country, so please ask her. She'll reply. Process of accommodation. Teresia already put there a link to dormitory. So most of the dormitories are now being renovated, or are renovated at the moment. So the rooms are, I think, quite nice and at affordable prices. And there is a specific platform that you use to register accommodation in terms of dormitory. But you have to be worried about this. You will get the link and the information when you'll be accepted for IBB. You'll get all the necessary information in advance. When will we be informed about whether we will be granted an interview? Around what time will these interviews be held? Well, the interviews will be held immediately after, or relatively soon after the end of the application deadline. So typically we have it in the first half of May already, and you'll get a link to a shared table with the date, with the terms, and you will basically register for a specific time slot in which you will know that someone is going to talk to you. Robin, do you want to say something?
Yes, I see that there is a question for me. Okay. We would like to repeat the credit system, please. So we have to complete 180 credits during the 6 semesters. This means that each semester you should take 30 credits, 180 divided by 6. You can choose, after the first semester, you can choose your own schedule, and you can also choose how many courses you would like to enroll in. So I've never gone under the 30 credits per semester, but I think last semester I took 38 credits, so it was quite an intense semester, and I really didn't have time for any part-time work. But I did complete all the classes, and now during my last semester I only have to take I think it is 18 credits or 21 credits, something around there. So I have more time to do my bachelor thesis. But in short, every semester you should have 30 credits, and if you wish to take more, you can do so, and that makes it so that next semester maybe you could take a bit less. So it's really up to you how you make your own schedule.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for additional interpretation and explanation. In the questions we have received written before the online open day, there was a question about the difference between IBB and BBA, so Bachelor of International Business and Bachelor of Business Administration. The point is that some courses are shared, so there's the common basis, the theoretical background is the same for both programs. The main difference is that we really do specialize in international perspective. So we will really teach you how to do international business, how to succeed in international environment. BBA, it's also a very good program. They focus more or less on national business. So how to succeed in national business, we focus on the international environment more. Good. Are international students allowed to take part-time jobs? Yes. There is no limitation. No one is going to control. No one is going to check you. If you decide to have a part-time job, you can. The only thing is there must be enough time for you left to study. That is the only limitation, I would say. And after graduation, is there a legal formality to be done to work in Czech? Well, you can. There is no limitation. You can work in the Czech Republic if you are not from a Schengen country, Schengen area country. You will have to get a working visa probably. But maybe Teresa will tell you more about this. But there isn't any limitation on whether you can work in the Czech Republic or not. Of course, you'll know the environment, you will know the economy, you will know the situation. So you'll be very much welcome to work to stay and work in the Czech Republic even after you graduate from IBB. Whether Teresa wants to say something more to this? She might still have technical issues. Never mind. We have some more questions. What is the ratio of seminars to lectures? Well, it depends on the specific course. Typically, courses or a typical course has a lecture and a seminar. So you go to lectures. In lectures, you get the theoretical. It's more about listening. You get it's in larger classrooms, and you get the theoretical framework of the respective issue. And then in seminars, you're split into groups of 25 typically, and it's more, let's say, about practical issues related to the topic. So the lectures typically are all for all students of the given year. So it's like 75 students together, and then you're split to 3 seminars of 25. And do you recommend learning Czech before coming to Prague? Well, it's good to know a few words maybe, but Prague is a very international city, so you're very fine if you don't know a word in Czech. It's good to know how to say hello or thank you or these kind of things, but it's not something which would be absolutely necessary. Specifically, I mean, outside of Prague, it could be not a problem, but in Prague, definitely, it's a very international place. Not currently with all the limitations based on COVID, but normally there are millions of tourists every year coming to Prague, so it's a very, very international city. What language courses do you have? Well, we have, as I said, there are courses on. There is one specific course on or a couple of specific courses on Czech, so you can study Czech language if you want. You can study the typical courses, language courses that students take. These are French, Spanish, German. So these courses. We also offer the basics of Chinese. That's something maybe I did not say before. The basics of Chinese, but typically students prefer to have German, French, Spanish. Are my secondary education annual grades essential for admission? No. We just need to know that you have completed your secondary education. So there must be a proof on that, but there isn't any limit in terms of GPA or something of the grades. If you are a good student, that of course we would like to see good and motivated students, and if you prove to be a good student in terms of your secondary education, you definitely will become a good student in terms of IBB. How many students apply for this program on average? Well, it's 150 to 200 applications, and we plan to enroll 75. So this is the ratio. Good. I'll just check whether we have already answered also the questions that we received in written form before the webinar, but I think we most of them, all of them were answered. So what else? Language courses, content credits, definitely. Definitely. A language course is a normal course. You specifically, as Robin was talking about the courses and how we split the credits. So there is a specific section of mandatory courses you have to take, and you also have to take a specific number of courses, language courses. So you have to take, basically, every semester you have to take a language course, and you receive credits. Should we send the additional recommendations, grades, and CVs just for more insight? I'm not sure that whether that is possible in the application to provide these documents. From my perspective, it would be the best if you mentioned these things in the motivation letter. So enrich your motivation letter by this information. We don't insist on having these documents like additional documents, but if you put it into the motivation letter, that would be the best.
Hello.
Hello.
I have technical issues, but I'm back, hopefully for a while. So I guess I missed everything, but if anybody has any question, I can answer it now.
There was a question, maybe you could reply to that question. I just need to find it here by Angela Kurz. She is a Czech citizen but based in another country. But there are specific documentations needed and so on.
Not at all. Nothing special, even if you are a Czech citizen based somewhere else. Nothing special, not really. I see. I don't know whether you answered that question. Do these language courses count in credits?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I think I handled most of the, or hopefully all the questions that were provided in the chat. But definitely, if you have a specific question, do not hesitate to contact us. Either contact me, or what would be the better option, contact Teresia. So if you go to our website, ibb.vsc.cz, and you click on contacts, you'll find our emails, and definitely ask us about whatever is of your interest, and we will reply.
Also, maybe I could navigate you on our website. I'm not sure whether you see it right now, but if you go to IBB website, then click on students, and there's 5 section. You go to useful tips and links, then you find key information for international students, and I'll send you a link to the chat. And I think this website is very helpful.
I can share the website. I'll stop the presentation and I will share the screen. I'll do this. So now you should be able to see the website. So ibb.vsc.cz, you go to students, and here are useful tips and links. So here you have information about visa, residence, health insurance, living in Prague, and public transportation. There was a question about living in Prague. For this, we do recommend to visit the web page of the exchange office of the Prague University of Business and Economics. But generally, what I can say is that the student life, Prague and the other cities are also student cities. So there are lots of students, not only Czech students but also international students, because in Prague there are at least 5 large universities. There is the University of Prague University of Business, Economics and Business. So I just keep saying the other name because we used to be named University of Economics, Prague, but starting this year, we are Prague University of Economics and Business. So this one, there is the Czech University of Life Sciences. There is the largest one, the Charles University. There is the Czech Technical University, and there is the Chemical University. So very many students living in Prague, also international students. So the normal times, of course, the Prague life is very rich in culture, in these kind of stuff.
Well, if I can just add, well, it's
I'm afraid that you. So I was just about to say that we lost you, but the sound is not good.
I'm sorry. Now it's fine. Okay.
Yes.
So just administrative part. I would highly recommend you to check whether you spelled your name in your e-application correctly. It really needs to be the same as you have it in your travel passport, because then we issue visa package with your documents, and if it's not the same, it would be denied. It would be rejected. So check the spelling in your passport and in your e-application. Then check the date of expiry, because during the whole admission process, your passport needs to be valid, basically. And if it's about to expire, you need to change it as soon as possible, and then let me know the new passport number and details. Then Skype Contact is very important. You should type it, and I've checked some of the application and it's missing. Skype Contact is very important because of the interview. We have no way to contact you otherwise. So there will be 0 points for interview and you couldn't be admitted, basically. So really type the Skype Contact. And the other important thing is contact address. If you don't have contact address in the Czech Republic, then you can type the university address just to get through the INSYS, our system, but you still have the visa package or contact.
We lost you again.
Sir.
Oh, it's good. It's good now.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good? Okay, so just we will use your permanent address, and it needs to be correct. Sometimes we get addresses that are just messed up and the visa package never arrives, and you don't have then your visa documents. So just be careful about these things. Spelling of your name, Skype contact, and contact or permanent address.
Good. Thank you. Could you please also handle the last two questions, which is the same about the nostrification?
But still do not fully understand.
Maybe first the last one.
Well, sorry, the first one. You don't need to do any kind of test. Maybe it's mixed up with nostrification process. There are two ways. You can go through the nostrification process, which is administered by the authorities of the Czech Republic. You need to pay for it, and most likely you will have to pass nostrification exam in Czech. Well, you can have translator, but well, we don't recommend that option. And the second option is that you send the required documents to us, and our legal department will recognize your secondary education. Well, evaluate it and most likely recognize it. So no test or exam at all in our option.
Exactly, because as Teresa is saying, there are two terms. There is recognition and nostrification. Most of you will go through the recognition only. So we, as a university, we are going to recognize your secondary education. If we have certain doubts about the quality of your secondary education, we might ask for notification, but that happens on a rare occasion, I would say.
Well,
so you don't have to go through notification before application, not at all.
It happened once. Once, really.
Yeah.
So
most likely your secondary education will be recognized. So you don't have to go through any test. You just provide the documents about completion of your secondary education, and that will be enough.
no, you don't have to go. That's the last question. You don't need to go through the notification process, and we don't recommend it. It's very time consuming. You need to submit much more documents, and then the notification exam. Also, you wait for the evaluation couple of months, and it's just an obstacle.
All right. So you'll only have to do notification if we tell you to do so. Otherwise, you'll be fine with the recognition.
Yes. Also, please submit the hard copies of the documents about your previous education by the 1st of August, because our legal department has 30 days for evaluation. But during that time in September, there will be so many applications, requests for recognition that it really might take them 30 days to evaluate it. And you want to be ready before the semester starts. If you submit now, then it's like 2 days done. But in August, it might really take 30 days.
All right. So I don't see any other questions. So I would like to very much thank you for your attention to what we wanted to tell you, and we very much hope that all of you will apply for IBB, and we will get the opportunity to meet all of you in Prague in IBB program in September 2021. So good luck with finishing your secondary education, and good luck with the application process, and hopefully see you soon in Prague in IBB. So thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you.